I first met him in the early 80s in a Chinatown of urban Java. He didn't want his real name or address revealed, so we called him DJ for Dynamo Jack. He was only a healer, he said, but he did direct a powerful energy generated from his own body into his patients. Sometimes he used the needles, sometimes just his hands. He called the energy Qi, and it was so strong that he usually needed a grounder to hold his patients' feet. For years we followed him around Java on his healing rounds, pleading to be allowed to film him, but he always refused, saying his powers resulted from a type of meditation with an ancient tradition of secrecy. It was only when my brother Lorne was suffering from a serious eye infection that he finally allowed us to film him in 1987.
It was nothing like any acupuncture I'd ever had. I was getting really powerful electric shocks and couldn't control my movements at all.
Yin yang, positive and negative, you know. And my positive from here and my negative from here. And we meet together, this can get like electricity.
And is this because you're special? You have a special sort of
No, it's
body?
meditation every day.
It's meditation that does it.
Meditation every day. Like you can touch me, like this. It's nothing, okay? It's my burn. It's just like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker. He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how Qi can also be used to set things on fire. When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset and refused all our future efforts to contact him again. As the years passed, we sadly resigned ourselves to never seeing him again. My brother Lorne never did, for by 1997 he was already dead, when I again found myself with DJ, now treating me for an eye problem. But it wasn't this that brought me back. He had tracked me down out of the blue and invited me to tell me a story. He'd just returned from 2 years on a deep meditational journey, alone in the heart of Borneo. Amongst his revelations, he had seen, he said, how history was moving on into great change, and the old wisdom was vanishing. So he'd called me back to film just enough of him to remind us that we all have undreamed of powers sleeping within us, and that there's nothing special about him except for his training in waking them. Grounding this patient, my cameraman Joe is having to use all his weight to keep contact. Qi is pushing him away. He seems able to control the amplitude of this Qi, like a dimmer switch, and it causes uncontrollable responses in the patients and their grounders.
I can barely keep my hand on you. It wants to fly off. The electricity is so strong.
This mother unwittingly grounds her child. He won't sit still, so she's asked to hold him and grin and bear it. Sometimes, signs of this passing energy can be seen in the transmitter too. This Qi stuff is only the surface, he says, of the real adventure beneath, in the meditational technique. Projecting Qi from the palm of the hand can also be used to resist rifle pellets, he says. First, you learn to distinguish between yin and yang Qi in your body. Then how to pool it in your navel chakra. Then how to project it, he says. And it's the proportionate mixture between yin and yang which accounts for different effects, like pulling or pushing objects or igniting them. Then he gets really strange. He says that mastering yin qi is the key to the spirit world. There's a long tradition of Indonesian krisis being possessed by spirits. So people bring him their krisis to see if they're duds. Here, he says, he doesn't manipulate matter by projecting mixtures of yin and yang qi. He merely creates a field of yin energy, in which, he says, if there's a spirit, it can manifest itself. So I invited a small group of scientists back from the United States with measuring equipment to test if DJ was for real. And if so, where might this energy belong on the electromagnetic spectrum? Catherine Cook, CEO of the Mind Science Foundation in Texas. Dr. Roger Nilsson, a Swedish medic and international racing sailor. Dr. Greg Simpson, a physicist from New York's Albert Einstein University, and Andreas Polak, one of DJ's Australian students. The visitors are confident they'll uncover him as a fraud in no time. Greg is the first guinea pig, and he's uncomfortable about showing that he can feel anything at all. Dr. Roger doesn't know what to expect. Out comes the metal detector, like the things they use in airports, to see if he has any concealed metal in his body. Then the voltmeter, to try and measure the qi. But how to get it to work? Where's the ground? What settings? DJ suggests that as his negative is his perineum, and his positive is his navel chakra, perhaps that's where the electrode should be attached. He doesn't stand on his dignity. He's eager to help, but still no readings. They're getting shocks off his arm, and now they're on the right settings, but the needle still isn't moving. DJ says it isn't electricity, it's qi.
It's 1, 2, I feel it in my whole body. I feel it at 3, 0.3, I feel it in my legs. Shit.
But suspecting there's some tricky setup on his premises they can't find, they insist we all go to a randomly chosen hotel room several miles away to see if he can light a light bulb with his fingers. It doesn't ground on the wall. So Greg holds and grounds one wire, while DJ pumps qi through the other. The bulbs are LEDs, light-emitting diodes, which ignite in different colors according to the intensity of current.
Yes.
On, off, on.
Brilliant.
Oh, you're blinking.
Things were going well. DJ was enjoying it too, until he invited us all out to lunch at his local, where he tried to push a chopstick through the table. He couldn't get it through the formica surface, so he came up through an inch of wood from underneath. Not only did he draw his own blood, but a chopstick splinter had caught Alison here between the eyes, drawing more. The incident was laughed off apologetically, but next morning he was a different man, drawn and upset. He said he'd been visited all night by his long-dead master, raging that he'd broken the strict taboos of his sect, never to show off in public and never to cause harm or draw blood. He felt deeply chastised. All further testing and filming must end. Never again would he submit to public scrutiny, nor accept any new students. He would sink from sight and continue his healing in obscurity, as he had done since before we met him in the early 80s, and had always told us was right. I realized that for science there's nothing conclusive here. Nor for me, really. who for years has felt this powerful energy flow through me and the patients I grounded for him, and seen what else he can do. Nothing conclusive, except for his healing successes and the wonderfully hard to believe. Is this just the tip of the iceberg of powers we've always dreamed we possessed hidden within us?
Тиночка, Тиночка. Дэвид.
Have feeling? Have feeling.
О, прям туда. Слушай, красота какая.
Pain?
Игорь, а у тебя внутри были какие-то ощущения?
Да, горячо, очень горячо. Прям внутри тоже, да?
И внутри тоже тяжело, да? Потому что у меня только кожа.
Игорюш, покажи крупненьким планом. Игорюш.
Дай 5 цель снять еще.
Спасибо.
Okay, don't near master because this is quite.
Tina is gonna burn a lot, so just stay, yeah? Just breathe and stay.
你告诉他啊，我打的时候啊，我打的时候叫他不要乱跑乱动啊。
So don't, even though a little bit pain, don't move.
Don't move.
Okay, just hold. You can from there. Она?
有吗？
Okay.
The heat arrived.
看得到吗？
Okay, can you see that?
看到吗？
It was heat. What did you feel?
Yes, it's
It-
burning,
burning.
like fire, like.
Okay. Okay.
手中。也许它会起个泡出来。
So there will be some. After that, there was some water come up.
起个泡以后呢，叫他不要用指尖
Ну,
来
будет
抠
как
摸，
кожа
Don't
потом
scratch it.
подниматься.
Let it burst normally.
让它自己破。
Huh? Don't scratch it. Okay, leave it. Stand up.
叫他吸一口
Then
气。
leave it in. Okay.
可以了。 我们讲的再好，我们没有用，我们来表演一点点，给那些人看一下。你看看这个方法要好，就在你的笔下来多美言几句，好吧？你找一张报纸来，随便什么报纸。看到了吗？啊？听清楚了吗？看到了吗？啊？听清楚了吗？所以说呢，产生强攻辐射，比如说你有乳癌，一打里面外面不怎么样，里面的
会感觉痛楚？
当然会
会，
它是一种普通热啊，感觉到好像是一种火在烤啊，但是能忍耐得住。
这就是一种能量的。
这样一种能量，就说呢，你是看不到这个气出来，对不对？但是呢，它有强大的能量。为什么那个脑瘤 开刀都不能开，开了不好死掉了。那么在中医解决不了，西医又不能动手的情况下，这个是最安全的。他一不开刀，二不打针，三不吃药，就不要打了。所以呢，对一些风湿痛啊、骨痛啊，也就是说，中医呢，它还要分科的。
Sorry, your legs fast, thank you. Rest, relax, huh? Okay. 不大，
进不去，这两边都不好做。
或者不好，you know this is not going through as much as you want it.
你看，它两边都打不进去。看多出，它这个。 大家看得见吗？
可以啊。
看得见吗？这个先到，来过来，要看不见看看，来，它就随着体内的这个压力，就自己往外出来了。我这边肩膀痛。好，等一会儿。
这个应该是你驾车子受伤的时候。应该
就是压在里面，长期不能运动的血，你学医的知道，这就叫淤血症，就是长期骨质增生压迫了才血血。
那就是背部痛，就是骨质增生。
规定，有的是规则，有的不规则。也许是你到时候让我们摆。
对。
把它推一下，那个江医生，你给他推一下，把它定力层推过来。
手啊。再放松一点，
把这个腾出来。
放松好。
放松下去，什么问题？看报纸啊，打瞌睡啊。
在中医叫做
特别
肩周炎。
这个气功其实是中国的一门医学啦，后来就是跟佛教，因为一些师傅在练那个功，就是跟佛教结合起来，是不是这样是一个来龙去脉？
是这样
啊，是这样啊。也就是说，师傅写的这些东西，他就也这种普度众生的这种目标啊，来帮助一些需要的人啊。
对。
做气功的原理就是说把人体用一种能量啊，让人体的这个阴阳平衡啊，
改变它的原有的一些不良结构。你看，
中医也是强调这一点的，就是说那个
中医的认识是这样，但是他想改变它很难哦。他中医看病主要以诊断学加上这个针灸啊，或者是现在又有一种叫小针刀、竹寒毡常见的，包括一些汤药，它的改变是很漫长的。比如说他治一个偏头痛病吧，他首先要辨明他偏头痛是他的病因病机啊，要找明他的病因，找准了。或者用针，或者是下药。用针，它也要一个很长的时间产生作用。用药呢，它首先吃下去要靠胃吸收，然后吸收之后呢，经过过滤，把所有的这个有效成分直达病所，变成这里痛或者这里痛，它是把药物在这里产生作用。作用以后，它慢慢产生效果。你吃下去10分药，真正产生作用的可能1分，可能是半分。气功不一样。发放多少得多少，在里面产生直接作用，而且速度是几秒钟之内进入，几秒钟之内产生作用，它来得快啊！而且多做几次，根本问题就解决了。它这东西必然要练出来才叫功夫，你没有练好，你也说是功夫，你只能说是这个大陆叫三脚猫，就是说三脚猫的东西呢，也不能说它一点效没，它有一点效。但是不能达到目的，所以说呢，不能达到目的的东西呢，就是说一个学生啊，学了个3年级、5年级，文化太低，不能写文章，就这样。你说认几个字还可，你说写文章、著书立传，那就太少了。这个就练功一样，你学了3招2式，你就游走世界，说是气功大师、中医大师，人都不合格。
Is it okay for him?
可能能耐吗
You can hold? Okay?
要像那个女孩子那样。
Нас.
А я напряглась или делала?
Нет, ну ты же лежала. А можно напрягаться? Спросите, можно напрячься?
Can he a little bit like
Tense or relaxed? Tense. 可以两个桌子，也是要放松。
不用了，可以。
Okay. You can tense.
Тиночка.
You want the hole in your shirt? We will shoot it out.
Если не хочешь держать пол, то опускай смешок.
Чуть-чуть подальше.
Где-то только гребню нарисуем.
Дэвид.
有没有的 ？Have feeling?
Have feeling.
О, прям туда. Слушай, красота какая.
Pain?
Игорь, а у тебя внутри были какие-то ощущения?
Да, горячо, очень горячо.
Прям внутри тоже, да?
И внутри тоже тяжело, да? Потому что у меня только кожа
Игорюш,
болела.
покажи крупным таким планом. Игорюш,
Дай царь снять еще.
спасибо.
Ой, ты прям резинку туда повыше.
Okay, don't near master because this is quite.
Tina is gonna burn a lot, so just stay, yeah? Just breathe and
所以
stay.
你告诉他啊，我打的时候啊，我打的时候叫他不要乱跑乱动啊。
So don't, even though a little bit pain, don't move.
Don't move.
Okay, just hold.
ему
You
нужно
can
в одну
from there.
точку будет все время попадать. Дыши,
Она?
расслабляйся и держись. Стой.
Hold.
有吗？
Yes, do it. Okay.
The heat arrived.
看得到吗？
Okay, can you see that?
Да.
看到吗？
It was heat. What do you feel?
Yes, it's
Heat.
burning,
Burning.
like fire, like.
Okay.
OK，请坐。
Thank you.
Ну как, Тина, было больно?
Ну, терпимо, Саш, я думала, будет хуже.
А что чувствовала?
А жжет сильно, как будто сейчас сигареты. Как будто сигаретой прижигают.
Блин, крутизна.
Да.
这个地方呢，也许它会起个泡出来。
So there will be some. After that, there was some water come up.
起个泡以后呢，叫他不要用指甲把它抠破。
Don't scratch it. Let it burst normally.
让它自己破。
Don't scratch it. Okay, leave it. Stand up.
叫他吸一口
Then
气。
leave it in. Okay.
可以了。休息吧。
Have a seat. Okay, don't near master because this is quite.
Tina is gonna burn a lot, so just stay, yeah? Just breathe and stay.
你告诉他啊，我打的时候啊，我打的时候叫他不要乱跑乱动啊。
So don't, even though a little bit pain, don't move.
Don't move.
Okay, just hold.
Ему
You
нужно
can
в одну
from there.
точку будет все время попадать. Дыши,
Она?
расслабляйся и держись. Стой.
Hold.
有吗？
Yes, do it. Okay.
The heat arrived.
看得到吗？
Okay, can you see that?
Да.
看到吗？
It was heat. What do you feel?
Yes, it's
Heat.
burning,
Burning.
like fire, like.
Okay.
OK，请坐。
Thank you.
Ну как, Тина, было больно?
Ну, терпимо, Саш, я думала, будет хуже.
А что чувствовала?
А жжет сильно, как будто сейчас сигареты. Как будто сигаретой прижигают.
Блин, крутизна.
Да.
这个地方呢，也许它会起个泡出来。
So there will be some. After that, there was some water come up.
起个泡以后呢，叫他不要用指甲
Ну,
把它
будет
抠
какая
破。
же кожа потом
Don't scratch it.
подниматься.
Let it burst normally.
让它自己破。
Don't scratch it. Okay, leave it. Stand up.
叫他吸一口
Then
气。
leave it in. Okay.
可以了。休息吧。
Have a seat.
The movie quality.
Can I feel it?
Yeah, that's fine.
I checked, it was.
Oh, but can I see your hand? Isa.
Slowly and full power. Powerful. No, you not your power dah keluar kok nakai.
The energy didn't come.
Because too fast.
You have to hold very slowly and full of concentration and force it out.
Ngeten dong. Lebih kurang bagus ini.
Not better.
Not good enough. Not good enough. Masih blok gitu.
Must be like the one just now.
Yeah. Was all new to me.
It's all new. Like kurang ngeden apa sih?
It's like you said that does means like when you go to the bathroom and you have to do the things a little bit, you have to push it really out.
Yeah.
That's how you have supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So all your strength and concentration. Take it.
Turn over the gun. It's good. It's good. Ini bagus. Tadi kurang.
Much better.
But I went fast.
Yeah.
I went too fast.
Cepat tapi. Tadi keluar cepat toh.
I didn't go slow.
Dia nggak pelan.
Enough?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Is it more fast? Look, more fast. Is
it recorded? Stop. It's supposed to be. Jadi harusnya cepat. So it's like level 1 when you have to sit like that, when you have to.
So she's asked to hold him and grin and bear it. My cameraman, Joe, is having to use all his weight to keep contact. She is pushing him away.
It was nothing like any acupuncture I'd ever had. I was getting really powerful electric shocks and couldn't control my movements at all.
Yin yang, positive and negative, you know. And my positive from here and my negative from here. And we meet together, this can get like electricity.
And is this because you're special? You have a special sort of
It's
body?
meditation every day.
It's meditation that does it.
Meditation every day. Like you can touch me, like this. It's nothing, okay? It's my burn. Just like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker. He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how Qi can also be used to set things on fire. When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset and refused all our future efforts to contact him again. Out comes the metal detector, like the things they use in airports, to see if he has any concealed metal in his body. Then the voltmeter, to try and measure the Qi. Greg is the first guinea pig, and he's uncomfortable about showing that he can feel anything at all. Dr. Roger doesn't know what to expect. DJ says it isn't electricity, it's Qi.
It's 1, 2, I feel it in my whole body. I feel it, 3, 0.3, I feel it in my legs. Shit,
all your strength and concentration.
Come over here. It's good.
Lawrence had heard of a man who might be able to help and dragged me to him despite my reservations.
Is it in? Good Lord.
You just relax and enjoy it all.
He uses acupuncture needles in the traditional points, but with a twist. Through them he directs a form of electricity, as he calls it. But he doesn't draw the electricity from a wall socket. He claims to generate it within his own body. It was nothing like any acupuncture I'd ever had. I was getting really powerful electric shocks and couldn't control my movements at all. He says that what he does is no more supernatural than an electric eel, which also knows how to harness its yin and yang energies.
Yin yang, positive and negative, you know. And my positive from here and my negative from here. And we meet together, this can get like electricity.
And is this because you're special? You have a special sort of
Wow.
It's for meditation every day.
It's meditation that does it.
Meditation every day. Like a yoga. But I study about 18 years.
18 years?
18 years. From my child before.
Can you project this energy through your hands only or through other things as well?
Only my hands. Like you can touch me. Like this. It's nothing, okay? It's my brain. It's like this.
Our sound recordist, Simi, was skeptical at first. Later, he told us that anybody could learn this. God had given us all the yin-yang polarity, but it takes discipline and meditation to awaken and control it. And you must be very aware of your emotions. This energy can be dangerous. It can kill as well as heal. Then he asked for our newspaper. Whatever he had done to our newspaper, it's how he had healed my eyes that made me wonder. What do these people living in the shadows of the volcanoes still know that we of the West have forgotten?
气功其实是中国的一门医学啦，后来就是跟佛教，因为一些师傅在练这个功，就是跟佛学结合起来，就是这样的一个来龙去脉，是这样啊，是这样啊。就是说师傅写的这些东西，他就也这种普度众生的这种目标啊，就拿来帮助一些需要的人啊。对。说气功的原理就是说把人体用一种能量啊，让人体的这个阴阳平衡啊，
改变它的原有的一些不良结构。你看，
中医也是强调这一点的，就是说那个
中医的认识是这样，但是他想改变它很难哦。他中医看病主要以诊断学加上这个针灸啊，或者是现代又有一种叫小针刀、竹寒毡创建的，包括一些汤药，它的改变是很漫长的。比如说他治一个偏头痛病吧，他首先要辨明他偏头痛是他的病因病机啊，要找明他的病因，找准了。或者用针，或者是下药。用针，它也要一个很长的时间才能作用。用药呢，它首先吃下去要靠胃吸收，然后吸收之后呢，经过过滤，把所有的这个有效成分直达病所。对你这里痛或者这里痛，它是把药物在这里产生作用。作用以后，它慢慢产生效果。你吃下去10分药，真正产生作用的可能1分，可能是半分。气功不一样。发放多少得多少，在里面产生直接作用，而且速度是几秒钟之内进入，几秒钟之内产生作用，它来得快啊，而且多做几次，根本问题就解决了。但是医药和佛教实际上形成了什么？医和药是两个独立的东西了，医是医，药是药，医药佛包括武术气功。实际上，经常性的会连在一起。那么现在呢，我们传承的也不外乎于这么一个含义，就是他就是出家人，我们跟他学到的、继承的，也就是他今天这些我 我们在他这个传统的基础上呢，再加以自己的一种叫什么呢？叫演练嘛，就是我们是读书人啊，后来又加以在有关学院啊做一些深造，达成了现在的这种自成一体的学术，也是一种学术嘛。像我师父他们呢，他是传统医学，我们呢传统医学加系统医学，就是比较系统化，就学的全面了，是最知识化的东西。功夫这个东西必然要练出来才叫功夫。你没有练好，你说是功夫，你只能说是这个什么大陆叫三脚猫啊。所以说三脚猫的东西呢，我也不能说它一点效没，它有一点效，但是不能达到目的。所以说呢，不能达到目的的东西呢，就是说一个学生啊，学了个3年级、5年级，文化太低，不能写文章，就是这样。你说认几个字还可，你说写文章、做出列传，那就太早了。这个就练功一样，你学了3招2式，你就游走世界，说是气功大师、中医大师，那都不合规律啊。就这样吧，这个气功这个东西呢，我们讲它再好，我们没有用，我们来表演一点点，给那学生看一下。你看看这个方法要好，就在你的笔下来多美言几句，好吧？你找一张报纸来，随便什么报纸。
普通一张纸的
啊，
一张纸的，
都可以。
我们没有订报纸，没有，这个纸都可以了，这个条纸可以了，
都可以。
好，这条纸，这个不要的，条纸这个。
啊，就站过来帮个忙，你让开一点，加这个，翻低一下。看到了吗？啊？听清楚了吗？看到了吗？啊？听清楚了吗？所以说呢，产生强攻辐射，比如说你有乳癌，一打里面外面不怎么样，里面的
会有感觉痛楚？
当然会，但是它是一种普通热啊，感觉到好像是一种火在烤啊，但是能忍耐得住。
这个就是一种能量了。
这样一种能量，就说呢，你是看不到这个气出来，对不对？但是呢，它有强大的能量。你为什么那个脑瘤开刀都不能开，开了不好死掉了？那么在中医解决不了，西医又不能动手的情况下，这个是最安全的。他1不开刀，2不打针，3不吃药，就不要打了。所以呢，对一些风湿痛啊、骨痛啊，也就是说，中医呢，它还要分科的，内科、外科、妇科什么科，西医也得要分。我们这个气功，它没有科，你从头到脚哪里不好，它都可以用气来解决它。也就是说，它不认病啊，它只认你是好的、不好的2大类。它是不好的，它会识别，它会把体内一些不好的赶出来；好的，它会自己保留下来。它不但能保留，而且它能够促成身心。比如你里面有淤血堵住了，现在高血压、中风、半身不遂、嘴巴歪了、手指长了，是吧？你打过之后，可以把里面堵塞的那个淤血化掉。中风的人他都是血管堵住了嘛，那么他把淤血化掉之后呢，会把这好的一侧的心血调过来，产生平衡，同时呢，他又能生心血。那为什么那个中风的病能看得好呢？但是看得好是有范围哦，很多高血压、中风，只要他神经线没有破坏的，全部都治得好，利用气功。假如神经线破坏掉的，那就永远治不了。就像一棵树，你把它挖起来，把那个根用火都烤焦之后，那个树再种下去，你是个神仙也搞不活，就观世音来也没办法，是不是？所以在神经线没有破坏的情况下，那个中风病号可以讲看一个好。当然了，它的局限不在于哪一种病。
那讲完，比如讲那个几率会很高嘛？
治愈
概率啊，
治愈率是吧？治愈率相当高，
相当高。